First and foremost, we like to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash, double honor to our apostles and elders, our great millstone, our teachers, and scientists, men and brethren doing this work in truth and in sincerity, because the focus in planet Earth is going their lives to do so. We had some members of Gms Trinidad camp here to feed the elect, prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon, aka the whole that sit on the peace, Babylon the Great, right? Hey, Trinidad is a province of Babylon, and in these last days, we're looking for the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? As all hell started to break loose, you know. We anticipate Jacob's trouble, right? Famine, pestilence, right? And we understand that we had to go through this hell because we transgressed the Heavenly Father, right? So just as there was a king by the name of Manasseh, we pray his prayer as the book before the book of Maccabees, all right? But understand, we're going to go into the understanding of who Manasseh was, right, and the origins of this prayer. Alright. I will start in the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 33 and starting at verse 1.
2 Chronicles chapter 33 and verse 1. Manasseh was 12 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 50 years in Jerusalem, but did that which was evil in the sight of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, like unto the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord had cast out before the children of Israel. For he built again the high places which Hezekiah his father had broken down, and he reared up altars of Baalim, and made groves, and worshipped all the hosts of heaven, and served them. Also, he built altars in the house of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, whereof the Lord had said in Jerusalem, shall my name be forever? And he built altars for all the hosts of heaven in the two courts of the house of the Lord. And he caused his children to pass through the fire in the valley of the son of Hinnom. Also, he observed times, and used enchantments, and used witchcraft, and dealt with a familiar spirit, and with wizards. He wrought much evil in the sight of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, to provoke him to anger. And he set a carved image, the idol which he had made, in the house of power, of which power had said to David and to Solomon his son, in this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen before all the tribes of Israel, will I put my name forever. Neither will I any more remove the foot of Israel from out of the land which I have appointed for your fathers, so that they will take heed to do all that I have commanded them, according to the whole law and the statutes and the ordinances by the hand of Moses. So Manasseh made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to err, and to do worse than the heathen, whom the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, had destroyed before the children of Israel. And the Lord Yahweh spake to Manasseh and to his people, but they would not hearken. You see the scripture expressing a great sin of King Manasseh, all right, which was the son of Hezekiah, which was actually a righteous king. And you go back to the history of the kings of Israel and Judah, right? Out of Israel actually came no righteous king. Which, when I say Israel, is referring to the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. All right, and why are they called the northern kingdom? Why do we say from Ephraim all the way down to Issachar is the northern kingdom? And why do we say that Judah, Levi, Benjamin is the southern kingdom? Well, that has a lot to do with geography, right? Where the tribes were located. All right, there were those that were south of that land, of the promised land, and then there were those that were north, right? And the reason making them two separate kingdoms, the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel. All right, which Israel had no righteous king, and out of Judah, all right, we had Hezekiah, which was known as the one and only righteous king, all right, of Israel.
He did righteousness. He obeyed his fathers. He
tore down the groves, right? He brought the law forward to the children of Israel. You know, he allowed us to get back to that mode that we're supposed to be in, where we had to rehearse those righteous acts.
But it was prophesied unto him that the kingdom will go off. Because when he was sick unto death, he prayed unto the Lord and he asked the Lord to remember that he did righteousness. Right? The Lord gave him 15 more years, and there was a prophecy there, I think, that the kingdom will go off after.
In opposition to who? Asa. I believe Asa, that another wicked king of Israel. Right? When he was sickly, he didn't seek the Most High. And what happened to him? He died. Alright? All the kings that did not seek after the Most High, Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, ultimately they were removed and they died. Alright? Their reign was short-lived. Which shows unto us, or which should show unto us, that the way to be established as a ruler or a king, as it says in somebody could get from the book of 2 Samuel chapter 23. Read that 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verses 3.
The 2 Samuel 23, right?
Yeah.
2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 3. It says, Yahweh, the power of Israel, said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just.
Must be just. You're ruling over men, you're a king in Israel, you must be just. There's no partiality with the Most High. Alright, there's nothing like, alright, that's the people's favorite. You know? If you're ruling over men, remember there's one ruling over all men, and he says that you must be just. Alright, if you're not just, what the scripture says, a just weight is his delight. So if you're unjust, if you don't have that balance, if you don't have that righteousness within you, then the Most High, as the scripture says, he's of purer eyes than to behold iniquity. Right? He hates iniquity. He hates the sinner and the sin. They are both alike unto him. Alright? And he said, as he said, he will repay vengeance unto them that sin against him. The rulers of Israel aren't exempt. Those of you in high authority, high positions are not exempt. But
Wisdom of Solomon 6 and verse 3. For power is given you of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and sovereignty from the highest.
the Most High gave you a position. The Most High sets up and he pulls down. But
Who shall try your works.
which is to prove your works. And that's what he did with all those kings that passed through Israel that was wicked as hell. That was just their proving. Some might say, well, if they were wicked, why did God allow them to rule? That was their proving. Right? As the scripture says, the heart of man is desperately wicked. How is it known that the heart of man is desperately wicked? What they do in the actions. Moses set them up. You see, as soon as actions are weighed. That's right, by him actions are weighed. Alright, the Lord tried the reins as well. You know, because man might look at the outward appearance and not understand that deep within, you know, certain individuals' mind, they are malicious. So the Most High put them in positions where they are now at ability and at power and liberty to exercise that maliciousness. And that's exactly what they do. Alright, just like he said, how could you be in evil speak good things? And we was telling the wicked Pharisees and right? Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The heart of the nation of Israel, stemming even from the kings that we even had, was very wicked. Alright, we're here today to make it right. Yahweh Shai actually came 2,000 years ago to make it right. And today this work that Yahweh Shai has begun has been revived. Alright? It has been reincarnated, if you want to put it that way as well. Go ahead.
It says, and search out your counsels, because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of Yahweh. Horribly and speedily shall he come unto you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that are in high places.
Harsh judgment shall be unto them that are in high places. Alright, so the Most High in just watching the man that underneath the rulership of the king. He even watching the king. Because he's the king of all. Go ahead.
Isaiah 3 and verse 12, it says, as for my people, children are the oppressors, and women rule over them. It says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
That's right, and that is what the leaders of Israel did in time past, like we just read of Manasseh, right? Who went off into heavy idolatry and went off into heavy sorcery, right? And even today, a lot of the leaders of Israel, right, are going off, right? Mixing and dwindling doctrine with paganism, like still presenting Christ to the people as idolatry.
Hey, so I was listening to them fools, elders of Israel today, and basically their conclusion is nothing in the Bible actually happened. See? They say it had no Abraham, it had no Sarah, all them things it allegorical. It's just what the Lord is spirit and he speaks in spirit. So all those things in the Bible is just spiritual things talking about the doctrine. Understand? So basically that is like when Paul say if the dead rise not, then we are all men most miserable, let us eat and drink because tomorrow we die. Because when we preach it, if we preaching about Yahweh Shai, that he was raised, whom Yahweh raised not, then what are we doing out here? You understand? And they destroy the people, they scatter in the flock. You understand? This is Job 34 and verse 29. It says, when he giveth quietness, who can make trouble? And when he hideth his face, who then can behold him? Whether it be done against a nation or against a man only, that the hypocrite reign not, lest the people be ensnared.
That the hypocrite reign not. Alright, it's very essential to have a proper ruler. And that is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is about to do on this earth. Set up a that's right. Set up a proper rulership. Even in Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter, for people there, real quick. Right? So around the 10th chapter and verses starting at verses 1, right? It says a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people.
There's actually, when you read it up to verse 4, right, this falls.
Verse 3 again, it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people.
Yeah, the unwise king destroyed the people because he ain't judging aright. He ain't judging according to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because if you notice what, like all these other kings, what was the defense of these kings? It's just the name. Because when you read in Bel and the Dragon, it says the people, when Daniel destroyed, when he destroyed Bel and then he killed the dragon, it says what? It says that they give us Daniel or we go destroy you. You understand? So they wasn't going to rise up against him. But what would prevent anybody from rising up against a true king? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright? Just like with Moses. The scripture said Moses was king in Israel. The people rose up against Moses, and what happened? Lord thundered from heaven. The Lord actually came.
And instantly the Lord came.
You understand? And they was afraid, showing them, hey, don't mess with my boy Moses. You understand? And that is how the Lord is operate. Once thou king, once thou ruler, leading according to how to say the system that he has set up, according to the laws, commandments, and statutes, like what I say, in true righteousness.
That's right.
You're doing righteousness, righteous.
Very quick, Isaiah 59, verse 15, it says, yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment.
Yeah, it displeased him that there was no judgment. That's why we go back to Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 6. It says there is no knowledge, no mercy, no truth, no knowledge of the Lord in the land. You understand? So the kings, they used to just rule according to their own heart. And usually they will rule according to the ways of the heathen. They love the scripture talk about the lust of the eyes. Israel love it, even unto this day. Even unto this day, you see, Jake wanted to keep the customs of the heathen, but the heathen not doing it. That is why Jeremiah 2 say, had a nation forsaken their gods, which are yet no gods. But Israel loved to do it. Israel loved to go after many. The scriptures say they're going from valley to hill. They're going from valley to hill. Right.
Proverbs chapter 12 and verses 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
Yeah, the way of the wicked seduceth them. That is why they call for a king to begin with and say they want a king over them, like heathens. Understand?
So like even the name Saul. The name Saul actually means asked for. Or as they say, desired. Asked for. You know? They asked for a king, they them so no many women. You understand? And he was a wicked asking.
And to show that they don't even consider where it is going. The Lord told them this would be the man of the king, and they said, hey, we want a king. So they say, you know what? Probably we was going on for asking for that king. Let me just forget about that king and let me just have Yahweh Shimi and Shaz for our king. They say, nah, he gonna rule over us with an iron fist. We want a king. Because he just want to be like the heathens.
How shall I say that? The heathen exercise lordship. You know? Over when they're ruling, we is not to do so. Proverbs chapter 29, verses 18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, hath peace.
And in the scripture said the Lord is teaching you how to prosper. And they saw it. They saw the good that came from serving Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, but they lost the eyes. And the scripture said these people, they have a stiff neck, they must